Welcome back, viewers, to another Heads Up, our second live podcast, Neil, on the video. We didn't get too much negative criticism after our first show last week.
No, some good feedback, so thanks for the feedback from that first one last week. It was, I thought we did that okay for the first vidcast, or we'll call it the Heads Up. Last week we got on to Mega Blast and...
Oh, the picking was okay.
Yeah.
You had line honours, shall we say, Mega Blast. We talked about Brighton and we said if the best Brighton turned up.
Yeah.
Nigel Tiley, bit of a genius.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I've got to get counselling on this bloody chocolate fish bet.
Is that another chocolate fish?
Video conference, yes.
I did warn you about Travie, my friend. I just didn't have a good feel about him. But Tommy Tucker only went fair too, given the run he had.
I thought he was going to win after the run he got. So.
What a brave horse Saint Emilion is, though.
I still thought it got beaten though, even Andy Fortin, I think. Still thought it got beaten. Now it was a good brave effort on Saint Emilion's part. So. Good racing last week, but even today we're here at Tauranga Races and...
you got a nice multi-home, Neil.
Yeah, I was happy with that one. Hopefully a few subscribers got onto that one too. And we did the draw soon for the person who won the month's free sub from last week. Right, tomorrow we've got a couple of good races. Not tomorrow, Saturday.
Right. Saturday, yeah.
Ahead of ourselves. Saturday we've got Te Rapa, two really good races. The major factor is going to be the weather, isn't it, really?
You wouldn't think so looking out at here. It's a nice, bright, sunny day, but there is what rain forecast. I guess how much they get will be quite key in terms of track conditions and then what horses are more likely to handle it than others. But we can only guesstimate. What are we basing our selections on? Dead six.
And Te Rapa, even it gets to a slow track, the inside can go off, but some good horses there.
Travis Stakes, race 5, the Group 2.
Good race, isn't it?
2,000 metres. You've got the Old Floozy, Nicoletta Mine, probably the proven horses, but certainly our Aberdeen's on the way up and a few others there.
What are you going for? Based on a dead six track?
Dead six track. Cote d'Or.
Playing feeling? Really?
I know.
2,000?
You think it's a mile, 1,400 to a mile horse?
It's a big jump, but it is a good mare, obviously. But
I don't like the race, Neil. I must admit, I don't like the race, but you like one in there.
I do. I like our Aberdeen, actually. I think she's has a really good win at Awapuni, and to give Richie the course, 5 or 6 kgs at Hastings, and just go down, I thought it was a pretty good run.
Shafiq Roussoff, he's been riding well, had a winner here today at Tauranga.
And Jamie Richards was here today, and he mentioned to us that, what did he say? What was his exact words? He thought our Aberdeen was a good chance on a reasonable track.
Correct.
So I
think both Paulonia and our Aberdeen, the better the track, the better their chances on Saturday. But hey, if it did deteriorate, You Want More was a pretty good winner first up. I know it's a big jump in class, but if it got to a slow or heavy track, you'd have to give that a chance.
Definitely. Yep. Actually, I put that in my trebles last start. Missed the treble though. Stuff at all. But
here we go. Another punter's hard-luck story.
But after that rain did come and it got to a really sort of slow heavy, and they were going sort of 2.8, 2.9 for the 2,000 metres, you would jump on her. But like you said, a tricky race, but our Aberdeen. Chocolate fish? Think about it.
If we're going chocolate fish, I'll change my mind to the Old Floozy then.
Okay.
Old Floozy against our Aberdeen for a chocolate fish.
I'll be on there.
I feel like I'm giving one away there, but that's okay.
I don't know. Okay, good.
The Cambridge Breeders is the other feature on the race for the 3-year-olds, 1,200 metres. I remember doing some research on this race, Neil, up till last year. I think every horse that had won for about the last 6 or 7 had drawn inside about 5.
Yeah.
It's a good barrier sort of race, but that all changed around last year. But with a full field, we've got a few favourites and well-liked horses drawn wide, so it's going to be interesting tactics in this.
Sure is.
Are you going to go forward and risk getting caught wide, or are you going to snag back and get too far off them? So, what do you see? The odds are out, I think, and the favourite is Paulonia at $4.80.
Yeah.
Prom Queen $5.80, should be paying 10s.
That's right.
Hanger, drawn 1, but probably won't use the barrier, so it's a tricky sort of race.
It is. Paulonia is a really good filly, and if the track was a dead 6 or better, should be the one. I do like Hanger. It's drawn 1. He's a good horse, drawn 1. If the inside's okay, be probably the best each way chance in the race. But, how about you?
Astor.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we've talked about this, drawn wide only has one option really, and that's to go forward and just keep pressing. The trial, very good,
Yep.
and the work since apparently has been first rate. So Astor, $7.20, country's leading rider Sam Collar,
Yeah.
but it is a very open field. But I thought $7.20 much better value than a Prom Queen at $5.80, that's for sure.
And for those in the quaddie syndicate, I'll probably be taking a quaddie there, so look for a good spread in that race.
You'd want a good spread.
So should pay a good price there. Fun. Right, so our chocolate fish is on the old floozy and our Aberdeen.
Sounds good to me.
Done. Okay.
Sounds good.
Now, did the draw from last week?
Do we want to talk about these people?
No, do we?
No. No, we'll save that.
The W word?
I can't mention the W word after last night.
Oh, God, that's terrible. People will know who we're talking about. So, last week we had 7 correct entries for the 1 month free sub to Form Pro. So, Money Shot, the rules.
I'll mix them up, Neil. We don't have a policeman on site, unfortunately,
We'll get a guest selector.
but here we go. We will get someone coming along here. Here we go. Here we go. We've got our guest selector here, young Sophie.
Sophie,
Soph,
come right on here, Soph.
come on in. You're on film. You've got to just pick one name. This is Soph.
It's for $10,000.
Here we go. And the winner is? No, the winner is
Colin Vasey. Well done, Colin.
Colin Vasey. Well done,
Yep.
Colin. Get yourself a drink in there, Soph. Thanks very much for coming. Part of the show.
Colin will keep you on.
So Colin won the. What was the question last week?
It's a good question.
What were the races? The races were.
Daniel Hayne.
Daniel Hayne rode Ponderosa Miss. I had a few people think it was Noel Harris.
Yeah.
But yes, it was Daniel Hayne. Correct.
Yep.
Very emotional win for Daniel. His first and so far only Group 1 winner, I believe.
Actually, I was speaking to Noel Harris a couple of hours ago, and we were chatting about the old racing manuals. He's got every racing manual since 1972. Every one of them.
He would have been in every one of them
He
too.
would have been too. No, that's great. Now, give us now after the W word let us down last night. What's one for the weekend? A special
The Warriors, yeah. I don't think the wheels have come right off the bandwagon, but the Storm were very clinical last night, far too good. So I watched a team play on Sunday that looked like they didn't give a tinker's toss about their performance. Manly lost to Parramatta, clubs in turmoil, and they come up $1.60 favourites this week against Newcastle. Now, generally speaking, teams do come out and perform, but that's about 3 bad performances in 4 weeks for Manly. So get on the nights to put Manly in a daze, Sunday afternoon at Brookvale. I think they call it Lotto Land now. But I couldn't be backing Manly at $1.60.
They'll be down and out mentally, won't they?
Yeah, there's a few of them up on charges of visiting places that you go to, strip clubs and whatnot. So, and there's, put it this way, they're not a happy family there, and that doesn't help. So I thought Newcastle, we're mainly betting against Manly by saying they won't win, therefore Newcastle can. They've got a very good fullback and haven't been going too bad. So Newcastle head to head, outsiders. And that, although after last week's tip on the Brumbies, gee, I've never seen a team butcher a win like they did against the Jaguares. They had about 3 chances to score and drop balls, turnovers, but hey, that's another punter's hard luck story, so we just move on, don't we?
Talk about those
We turn the page.
Okay, so dead right. Now, question. This week's question for another month's free sub to Form Pro is going to be?
It's going a bit of it's not a trick question, but you need to maybe think a little bit left field, potentially. The big race today is the Cambridge Breeders' Stakes, on Saturday I should say.
That's right.
What horse has won the Cambridge Breeders' Stakes as a 3-year-old, obviously, and the Cox Plate. Not as a 3-year-old, there's a clue. A New Zealand horse, a very well-known New Zealand horse.
Did NGH ride?
NGH rode him. Definitely rode him in the Cox Plate. Well, there you go. You're just giving it away, Neil.
You get a few entries next week, so good luck. Free sub.
Free sub. There you go.
Get in quick and email me or text me 027 352 6402 or formpro@formpro.co.nz by, what should we make it? Make it Monday night, 9 p.m, and we'll do a draw next week. Okay? So, nothing else we need to touch on?
I thought we should touch on a bouquet.
A bouquet
for the Form Pro Ratings speed maps on the greyhounds. Probably like most people, you have a passing interest in greyhounds, but when you see your speed maps and one dog's clearly going to lead, as we know, leaders generally win at greyhounds.
Sure do.
And they've been winning at prices of double figures and more, so well done to David, the team at Form Pro Ratings. Good initiative, and it's good to see the TAB using your intellectual property for the benefit of the industry. So well done, Neil.
Oh, thank you very much for that. And David too. That sort of generates new turnover, doesn't it?
Exactly.
I wouldn't normally have a bet maybe, but you see a dog that's going to lead. I'll just pay $10.
Give it a go.
No, okay, so it's been a good day at Tauranga Race.
So you're going to show the viewers a bit of a behind-the-scenes tour of what you got up to today. You saw some interesting scenes and sights.
Exactly. I interviewed a strapper before a race, but I won't reveal who it was. It was a winning strapper too. She was really happy. Here we have Amelia, who's the strapper for Startling Reminder, and she's going to tell us all about what happened to him and her from this morning, right up until about 2 minutes ago before they came out under the track.
So this morning around 3:30 in the morning, we feed them first thing. We come in the stables, and after a feed they get a shampoo wash on the race day morning, and then a little walk in a walker till they dry. Then they go back in the boxes and have a little rest before they get loaded in the truck later in the morning and head to the races. And when we arrive to the races, we just give them a little walk, maybe a little hose if they have a sweat in the truck, and then grooming, brushing, make them pretty, keep them happy before the race.
Right. And how was he feeling before the race? Was he a happy horse?
Yeah, he's a really happy horse today, very relaxed, like
nice
he usually is, yeah.
Nice to handle. And you're hoping he's going to win?
Well, I hope so. I really don't know much about the horse back home, but it's really easy to ride, and let's see how it goes.
Great. Okay, well, good luck, and hopefully we'll get a video of you coming back into the bird cage. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Interviewed the starting crew on the gates. It was really interesting actually, so I'll be popping up on that. And also the timekeepers, how they do their process they go through to get the winners all in line, and that's really interesting, so I'll be posting part of that as well on here or maybe in a later video. So thanks very much, and Money Shot, you can get off that box now.
Hopefully the sound quality has been okay. We've had a few revellers still hanging around here after the last at Tauranga.
They've got a good day's racing. So.
They've enjoyed themselves. I've backed a few winners.
Yep.
Good to see the track back in all its splendour. So
nice and green and lush. Yeah.
Onwards and upwards, but nice and short and sharp heads up today, Neil. So we'll see you back. What do we got next week? It's Te Rapa again, and it's the start of the jump season.
Just do, part of the season. And June 23rd is the big meeting here.
We'll talk about that nearer the time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Thanks very much. We survived again.
Thanks for coming along.
Cheers, Neil. See you next week.
You know that.